And our next guest was just 5 years old when the Twin Towers fell. Jessica Petrow-Cohen watched the attacks from the window of her kindergarten classroom. And now, 22 years later, she wrote this for the Washington Post. It was not a plane crash or burning building that threatened my family's safety, but a silent killer. The environmental toxins released during and after the World Trade Center attacks. In the years following 9/11, both of Jessica's mothers were diagnosed with cancer as a result of exposure to the dust, smoke, and debris. Jessica now fears that she, her sister, and other young people who grew up in the shadow of the World Trade Center share the same increased health risks. And she joins us now. Jessica, you were so young when this happened, yet you embody something that's been at the heart of our 9/11 remembrance, which is that America will never forget. What kind of impact has that memory had on you as the years have gone by?
Yeah, well, first of all, thank you so much for having me, Kelly. It's an honor. Yeah, this is a great question. I think in truth, the impact that 9/11 has had on me has changed over time. So I grew up in Lower Manhattan and in an area that's now known as the disaster area. And as you mentioned, it was my third day of kindergarten on the day of the attack. And what I remember most vividly was this sort of fear and panic and confusion because I was so young, but parents and teachers were crying and upset. And I very vividly remember in the days that followed phone calls of people who were missing or people who had loved ones that had passed away. And over the course of my childhood, I had fears that I think stemmed directly from this early experience. I was afraid of planes in the sky. I would ask my moms if our apartment building was going to get attacked. And really until I was an early teenager, I would get very afraid and very panicky if my moms didn't answer their phone. I was afraid that they had been struck in another disaster. And so it really was a memory that impacted me my whole life. And then when I was in college and my moms were diagnosed with cancer, it brought a whole nother level of fear associated with 9/11. I think it's hard to really conceptualize the lasting effect and the true impact that 9/11 has had on me and my family and so many, ranging from childhood fears to grief and loss.
Well, I'm so grateful that you're speaking out because this is such an important issue, one that isn't discussed often. So you say there are likely even more health risks facing young survivors that haven't been identified yet due to a lack of research and data. What more needs to be done?
Yeah, absolutely. So up until this point, the data that's been used to inform the list of World Trade Center related conditions, which are conditions eligible for coverage by the World Trade Center Health Program, has relied almost entirely on research of the responder population. And the responder population was 87% male, and all were adults at the time that they were exposed. So what this means is that there's a big lack of data on the health impacts that 9/11 toxins have had on women and children. And there's a few key examples of this. There's reason to believe that those exposed as children will have a higher risk of infertility, but we don't have data to prove that. And so infertility is consistently denied as a condition where the World Trade Center Health Fund might provide coverage. So really what's needed is more research. And that's what I've been advocating for, which is a youth research cohort looking into the health impacts of those who were 21 or younger at the time of the attacks. And that's really representative across gender, race, and other demographic factors.
Well, it is such an honor to have you on to bring this issue to the forefront for all the hard work that you're doing as well. Jessica Petrow-Cohen, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.